want to talk about a topic which I personally do not really involve myself with, but I know many people, and by many people I mean many, actually, what am I talking about? It's literally every guy cares about this topic, and it's something that I've grown out of slowly, mainly because I don't care anymore. And that is the topic of getting a girlfriend. I think that is a very difficult part of life, and a lot of people try to minimize how challenging this can be. I want to talk about the different aspects of, well, trying to get a girlfriend and how close to impossible it is, kinda. And I want to talk about the female nature as a whole, if I can. Hopefully the video is not too controversial, but I'll try to keep it as friendly to every audience as possible. So let's get to it. The first thing I want to talk about is, well, if you want a girlfriend, guess what? You're going to have to go up and talk to a girl. Yes, I know, it is extremely difficult. And there's a multitude of reasons why it is difficult. It's not just about going to talk to her, because most people go and say, well, just go and talk to her, dude. But at the same time, you have 1,002 thoughts crossing over your mind, and most of them are overreactions and coming up with different scenarios of what can and won't happen. And thus, because of that, you pretty much don't approach any girl, and you are left in the same exact position which you originally were at. This initial going up and talking to a girl is very challenging because, well, besides the fact that you're nervous, you are afraid of her response. It is a frightening thing to go and talk to a woman. And I want to say that you shouldn't be frightened. However, at the same time, I'm going to be guilty of this crime. I am going to say I am guilty of this. I do not approach either. But if you need to, and, well, if you want a girlfriend, this is unfortunately something you have to do. Now, I'm going to give you some quality level steps to actually accomplish this. Firstly, do not, I repeat, this is a massive do not, pretend to be anyone else. Be yourself. That is number one. Like, you cannot go up and approach a girl and not be yourself. You have to be 100% yourself. And what I mean by that is, well, when you talk to your friends, you gotta talk the exact same way. And if you talk like a scumbag with your friends, guess what? Do the exact same. Do not try to pretend to be anyone else. Don't try to be nicer. Don't try to be more good. Don't try to be anything else. If you talk bad, guess what? Keep it. Do not try to improve it. Do not try to talk to her in a different way that you, in your mind, think would sound better. Be honest. That is 100% the first step. Now, obviously, this next step is pretty blatant, but you need to find her alone, and you need to talk to her alone. If she's with her friends, there is going to be a much, much higher chance that you don't succeed and you don't get anything out of it. You need to talk to her one-on-one. That is the only way you're going to get a genuine connection, genuine reaction. Now, most women look for something called the spark. And I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what this is. I have no idea how you get this so-called spark. This is one of the few things I'm going to talk about midway through this video. There's a lot of mystery behind women, but the spark could even be, well, your looks or the way you act, or if you're funny, it could be like a characteristic of yours. And if you do not have any of these, well, guess what? I've seen some really ugly guys get girlfriends, which chances are, if you think your looks are holding you back, they're probably not. Actually, now that I said that out loud, most of those guys that get girls that are ugly as hell, those guys get those girls with, well, mutual friendships. That's basically how he gets the girl. They usually meet with friend groups. They have some sort of connection. They meet through them because, well, they're both part of the friend group. They all get influenced by other friends that, hey, maybe you should date. And that's how they end up dating. So it might be false what I'm saying, but you never know. There are some women that genuinely baffle me and go after guys that they probably shouldn't. But in all honesty, if you believe that you are just that bad in terms of approaching girl, chances are going to get rejected. You should improve your looks, and the way you do that is, well, there's a variable of methods that exist on the internet, but the easiest one to say is just get in shape. Maybe also fix your jawline, get a good haircut. I just say hair. I think longer hair is just more attractive overall. But you don't want to look like scruffy, I should say. Like, you know those type of hairs that you'd expect Discord mods to have? Ones that are like very oily, flat, and are very uneven, just fall on their face. Yeah, don't get that type of hair. You know which one I'm talking about. But I do believe looks do slightly matter. They do improve your performance, but it's not everything, far from it. So let's say that you build up the nerve to actually go and approach. Well, first thing you want to do is talk about, well, what environment you're in. You basically trying to find a topic which you can both connect. The other thing is, chances are, if you find that topic, you do not want to prolong anything. In fact, you want just a contact detail, organized to go out somewhere, and you just do it. You do not, I repeat, you do not text over messages. You don't try to talk to her over messages. You don't try to meet her over messages. The only reason you're going to message her, which, yes, by the way, the first thing you are going to do is Compliment her, try to find a similar topic, then get her Instagram most likely. Some people use other social medias. Once you get that, you text her, you send, I enjoyed my conversation, and you ask where you'd like to meet. The end. No extra conversations. Trust me on this one. You do not want to talk further because chances are, and I am speaking from experience, you will screw things up. You will say something or you just sound boring. And you know that thing I was talking about earlier, the spark? She'll say there was no spark. And of course there wasn't because you're talking to her over messages. There's no soul behind messages. There's no essence. There's no sound. There's half the senses are literally missing. It's just your sight. So please do not talk to her over messages. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is what you do during the date. You do not talk about anything to do with logic. You literally have to throw logic out the window when you talk to a woman. Anything to do with more analytical thinking, you just don't even dive into it. You want to evoke emotion, something which is extremely difficult for you to do. It is like nightmarish. Now, obviously, most of you are sitting here and saying, well, I haven't even done the first step. Yes, I agree. You haven't done the first step because you do not understand how a woman thinks. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. Obviously, if she goes out on a date with you, guess what? You've already beaten like 90% of guys. So there's no point in talking about the date. The only thing I have to say is, well, do things based off emotion, not logic. Which sucks, but trust me, that's the only way you're going to get the girl. The thing I want to talk about is female nature. And truth be told, I have no clue what the hell is going on in their minds. I literally, like I'm talking about right now, got a message from a girl I have not spoken in like 6 months. And she was the one that ghosted me. Do not ask me what the hell happened, what the hell she was even thinking. I don't know. I have no idea. This is why nothing makes sense when you're talking about women. Do not try to make sense out of it. Do not try to make sense out of their actions. They don't make sense. In fact, literally think the opposite. If she is pissed at you, if she is pulling away, if she is doing any of that, it is all a game for women. It is literally a game. All you have to do is be yourself. Stay true to yourself. If she's pulling away, respect yourself, pull away too. See what she does. Because obviously she's evoking you to try something. She is trying to make you pursue her. And if you do pursue her, well, guess what? She's going to say, this guy's another, pleb. I'm not going to waste my time. And basically you keep chasing her and nothing occurs. You want to pull away because then for some reason she goes and chases you because she likes toxicity. Don't ask me why, that's how they are. Now, obviously, the other thing I want to talk about is how much they can manipulate. They will try to manipulate you. They're trying to manipulate many things. They're trying to find something. They always are looking for something to talk about with their friends. Do not give them that. Stay very stoic, I could say. Stay very straightforward. Do not fold. A lot of men fold, and that is when, well, it's just pathetic, really, because then she runs over you. Now, something else I wanted to say is something a bit controversial because I'm not too sure. For some reason, women are into guys that are, like, very mean. I don't even want to say mean. The whole nice guy, bad boy thing. I wouldn't even call it that. I'd just call it guys that kind of don't change for anyone, and guys that kind of do change for girls, specifically. Don't try to please her. In fact, if you are an unpleasant person and if you are kind of a douchebag in a way, keep at it. Literally don't change it. Like, for some reason, it works. It works because in her mind, you're more genuine and you're more, I don't know what the word is, but like, you're kind of an alpha. Like, you take charge of, nobody can push you around. Like, that's how she views her in her mind. You're not probably like that, but that's what she thinks. Basically, what I'm saying is, do not try to change yourself for a girl. Like, do not try to pretend to be someone else. Do not try to pretend that you are nice, because nice will not get you the girl 100%. And I'm speaking from personal experience because I was the nice guy and I realized that although it can work, chances are it probably doesn't. Now, I'm going to say some personal experiences. The first thing I want to say is I actually have never had a girlfriend. I've had very, very, very huge amount of opportunities, never actually had a girlfriend. The reason is because, well, I didn't understand women. And now that I do understand women, well, I'm not interested in women. And frankly, the funny thing is, because I'm not interested, if I do talk to one, she seems more interested. So it is such a very contrary type of dynamic, because when you want a girl, she runs, and when you don't want a girl, she comes after you. And it's just so weird. But unfortunately, it kind of makes sense. You basically have to have in your mind, don't do the thing that you want to do, and do the thing that you don't want to do. That's kind of how you have to have it in your mind. You have to be opposite of what you're thinking, because you're thinking logically, obviously. But that's exactly the problem. You have to think without logic. You throw it out the window and you think completely opposite to it. It is that contrary. And unfortunately, that can work. And now, obviously, outside external factors as to what type of person you are, once you get to meet and talking to her on the actual date, is very different. Like, I can't really help you there. That's literally on you. But the initial stage is that, and understanding that this is the type of thing you're dealing with. This is the type of being that you're dealing with. It is very frustrating. I can see why guys have given up on dating altogether, and it's because, well, they don't get women. They don't understand women at all. And honestly, I think the bigger issue and the bigger reason why guys have given up is because, well, the first girl they wanted probably has had a guy, and the next girl that they want probably has also had a guy, and the next, and etc., etc. At least that's for me personally. Personally, I do not like girls that have a higher body count than me, which is, well, higher than 0. But that is just a personal issue of mine. And I think that most guys just have that same opinion, but there's a lot of guys that just don't understand how women work, and that's mainly the reason why they don't get the girl. Honestly, this would help a lot more for the younger people. If you're a teenager watching this, I mean, go and try it out right now. Like, literally go to your school, whatever you're going to, do it. Because this is the best opportunity. You're not going to, in adulthood, unfortunately, I'm like in my mid-20s now, you aren't going to meet women easily. Like, the women I meet are usually at the gym, which a lot of them are kind of skanky. I do not really like seeing women from there. So what I do is go to conventions to try to find a girl. But even there, I've kind of struggled, mainly because, well, there's a lot of weird things that happen there, and there's a lot of, I guess, variety. I wouldn't even call it variety, but it's a bit difficult, especially as a guy that's on his own. Finding a girl on her own is like impossible. So you kind of have to have a friend with you, approach a group, and even then, it's kind of looking bleak. But I'm giving that a go right now. I think that's the best chance I'm going to get to find a girl that's similar to me anyway, because I don't really see them at the gym now. There might be a few rarities here and there. Do not try cafeterias, do not try bars, do not try clubs, do not try literally anything that's got to do with nightlife or like going out, normal things. Best place to find a girl properly is, well, through mutual hobbies. That's literally it. I think that is all for this video, so I'll leave you with this one. Guys, if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, let me know your personal experiences. Maybe you have a separate opinion, maybe you have a friend that succeeded, maybe he had better luck because he used some of these strategies, maybe not. Maybe you have a different concept. Let me know down below. But yeah, that is all for today. See you in the next one, chads. Have a good one.